Chris Kattan, good morning, my man.
Good morning.
We've got you, they got you a nice little
They
glass.
gave me a little
ice.
Coca-Cola. I asked for a Coca-Cola, and they gave me a Coca-Cola.
We deliver up here. If you ask for
You
it.
deliver babies?
We do that too?
Because I've seen 3 wombs since I've got up here from the lobby. There's been 3 wombs.
More come in. Our wombs come in later, whenever they kind of feel like it. You know
how the feel is it based on the feeling of the womb or the woman that owns the womb?
I think it's the womb. I think it's the moon and the womb and the rotation of all.
I was gonna say the energy in this womb is great.
Oh man, I'm so excited to have you live. Yeah.
You're excited to have me live as opposed to on tape in front of you?
Like this.
Hi, this is Chris Kattan. You're
Leave me a message.
The Big J Show, and you know what the J stands for, right? Well, let's just say it's big.
Yeah, so we.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you were funny.
What was I talking about?
Yeah, you were.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter now. But yeah, so we've had you on the phone, but it's nice to see you with
in
a
person.
scarf. Yeah,
don't I look much better than on the phone?
Much better. And on the phone, I didn't know what you were wearing.
Well, that day I looked really good, so it's unfortunate I wasn't on.
Yeah, you should have been live that day.
Oh my God.
What are you up to? I mean, obviously, let's just say off the bat so people know.
I'm very zen, so I'm up to this right now. I'm here right now.
I'm just in the moment. It's just this.
Yeah, I've been working a lot doing these shows, which have become very popular. In fact, this show is so popular in Montana that they've added a 5th show, a brand new another show,
a brand new one
to the lineup, an 11 o'clock show, which is unheard of.
That's never happened
on the planet. It's never ever happened in comedy ever.
Yeah, so
I think Springsteen added a show once, but he's not a comedian.
That's true.
That was it.
This is the Lucas. Tell people about this 5th show.
This 5th show is happening at 11 o'clock.
This is what happens when so many people want to see the show. They add another show.
That's how entertainment works.
Go ahead. Go on, describe what happens.
There's such high demands.
Because there's so many high demands. This is what happens. Go ahead.
And then the late show is going to include Chris.
And I'm there.
Oh, you're going to be there.
Well, yeah, because there's so many high demands. The demands are much higher than usual.
I like that. With other comedians, the demand was not.
Oh, not as many.
No.
Except Springsteen, but he's not a comedian.
Exactly. We're taking him out of the running. It's just between.
He's not in the running anymore.
It's you, Dane Cook, and Seinfeld.
Dane Cook doesn't even know what we're talking about.
They said Jerry had a 3rd show, and he said, "What's the deal with 3rd shows?" And you get it. You're
You're doing a Louis Gossett impression.
All my impressions sound like Louis Gossett. That's my Christina Aguilera as well. So the 3rd, we still haven't gotten to that. There's a 3rd show Saturday night. Yeah. Why is there a 3rd show?
Because Lincoln is not sold out, and my show is.
There you go. Take that, Daniel Day.
Take that,
loser.
Daniel Day Jewish.
I love it. So, Lucas, there's a 3rd show, 11 o'clock on Saturday?
11 o'clock on Saturday, and it's going to be an hour of just improv with Chris Kattan.
Now, 11 o'clock. Isn't that after 10?
That is after 10.
That's
like
what I thought. That's what I thought.
So you're going to do improv just by yourself?
No, I don't know. Is there anyone else there?
Yeah, Projectile Comedy.
Yes, I'll be there.
Are you really going to be there?
Yeah, I do.
Why are you there?
Well, because I started
I
this
just
comedy.
heard the new show got canceled.
Oh, my gosh. The demand has gone down.
Well, I didn't know you were going to be there.
Yeah, now we're not going to do it. But yeah, no, Projectile Comedy is my improv group.
I didn't know
town.
that.
So yeah. We've been doing it for
That's
like
fantastic.
9 years together. Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea. Now I know you're funny.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But
Now
I didn't know. No one told me that.
Lucas doesn't communicate.
Lucas is a bad time describing things.
Yeah.
I said, be very clear on what's happening. He hasn't really been clear.
He's like, well, you're just going to come to Billimgs. It'll be cold, and then there might be some comedy.
He didn't even say the cold part.
You had to buy that.
He just said you're coming to Montana, something about Harrison Ford, and then watch the ice, and then that was it.
And then you showed up. Hey, speaking of Saturday night and the 3rd show, Saturday Night Live, yesterday, the SNL Facebook page posted a picture, and it had like 80,000 likes when I saw it, because SNL's obviously big, got a lot of fans, and it was a picture of Jamie Foxx, Jimmy Fallon, and you. The 3 of you. It was because Jamie's hosting this weekend, so it was like they were pumping that, but they showed, it was from a sketch that the 3 of you did together, and I was like, Chris is going to be here.
I wonder what the sketch was.
You were at a desk.
Probably something about 2 white guys and a black guy.
I'm guessing that's what
at a desk.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx was at a desk. Jimmy Fallon was standing up with kind of
he was doing his computer guy.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, but I saw you in it. I'm like, that's awesome that he's going to be here. I watched that SNL holiday special a few weeks ago, and it's like you forget that you're in, I think, 98% of every SNL sketch ever that was about holidays.
Not that many, but I was in a lot of. Will Ferrell was a good buddy, and still is a good buddy. He put me in a lot of his sketches. So
yeah.
he's the master, and so I was in a lot of those. I have some of my, my became kind of hits or whatever, the Mangoes and the Mr. Peepers and all that stuff. But I'm in the whatever it is, Cowbell sketch and the. Oh, and the I Wish It Were Christmas Today, which has become a big cult hit. So my head's going back and forth.
Yep.
And yeah, so I'm lucky that the stuff kind of got funnier, and I'm part of a good time of when comedy, whatever.
Yeah.
It was a good group then.
Totally. I mean, super solid group.
Yeah.
And so you said Will's still a good friend. Do you guys still keep in touch? You still talk?
Yeah. I mean, I don't go over to his house and play with his kids that often.
Yeah, no. His kids are jerks too, really.
Well, they're very racist.
Yeah.
And they call me Little Negro, so I leave.
I was gonna call you that, but I didn't know if it was.
I'm glad you didn't.
Too
Otherwise, there wouldn't be an added show.
Oh, so the added show is free? Did you say that?
No.
No. Free show.
I said there's a 3 show.
Oh, a 3 show.
God, you're
okay.
such an idiot.
How much is the third show?
25 straight across.
25 straight across.
25.
And tickets are online at montanacomedy.com.
That's
There you
good.
go.
Because last time he went, tickets are online, Montana.com. So, well, that was clear.
That's very helpful.
So don't be
Or
surprised if
just at
nobody
the door. You
shows
can just
up.
buy him tonight at the show.
Okay, so come to the show and buy.
Come to the show when you're not invited and buy tickets for another show.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Show up tonight and look and see what you're missing out on, and then come
Say,
back
oh, man, I
tomorrow
wish I
night.
was inside. Buy a ticket.
We
for
still have
another.
tickets for the first show.
Yeah, they're still
okay,
available. Oh, nobody's bought any tickets. We just added another show.
You're thinking
That's the trick.
You think-
Not one ticket has been sold, but we're still adding shows left and right.
Chris got to town, and the lady at the hotel said she was excited to see him, so he assumed demand was high and added another show.
Demand is high. Well, because there's no room in the hotel, so I figured, that means that reflects on the show
Yeah.
tonight, I'm sure.
We're probably drawing from Denver, Seattle, Portland. Like people are probably.
well,
all
you're
coming
including
in.
all the rest of the country. I know that.
Oh yeah.
So if you're to include, and you're also including every other comic on the planet right now. So if you include all them and me, the show's sold out.
It's pretty huge. I would agree. What did you? Let's talk.
I think
more-
Oasis is playing tonight. If you
that's what I've
include
heard.
every performer playing tonight as well on the planet.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
I
Springsteen, too.
consider the Oasis an opener for you.
I think Obama's going to say a speech.
Yeah, Obama opening for Chris tonight as well.
Happens all the time.
So SNL, I love hearing SNL stories from people. Why? When did you leave and why? What was the circumstances of you leaving? It's always different.
Someone hit me in the face.
And you were just
so I
like,
left.
screw this, I'm out.
I was like, wait, watch out. And I said, don't hit my eye. And I was hit
And you left.
by Eminem. Eminem's sister
I love the thought
hit me
that
in
goes
the face
through it.
because that was improvised.
Because when I hear people, it's always a mix. It's some people leave because they thought, it was just time and they'd done their time and they want to do bigger things. Some people get phased out, and they
I was
feel
not
like,
phased out. I felt like it was time. Mm-hmm. It was time, and also the writers were like, "Hey, why are you gonna leave when we just now want to write for you?" Which is really weird.
You're like, thanks.
But they're awesome, super great writers, and there's just such great writers there. And I was also in a place where I got along with everybody really well, and they like used the word "we love you," like that, and it felt like maybe this is a good time to leave. I mean, it's a weird thing to say, but like with a show like that, when it goes up and down, it can be pretty political. But if you got the goods and you just enjoy having fun and working with people, and you're professional about it, and then you're going to be liked anyway because you're doing your job.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're not a dickhead about it.
So you left when and did your was
So
it good? Did you ever regret it? Were you ever like, man, I wish I was still on SNL?
No, I think a little bit. I was like maybe one more year, but then I was like I left a year after Will did, and Molly Shannon had left, and Jimmy was there, and Tina was there, and I always felt like when Jimmy got there too, like he was in a lot of sketches, and he was like nothing. I don't know. It's possible, but we were like kind of I wouldn't say we're the cute guys, but we had a similar energy.
Yeah.
We weren't like totally different. We had more similarities than we had non-similarities. So I felt like he had taken up some of that spots, which was totally fine.
So what you're
just
saying
how it
is
goes.
you
And
hate
I was
Jimmy
doing
Fallon. You hate Jimmy Fallon.
Totally, yeah. No, he's actually one of the nicest guys on the planet. He actually invited me on his show for a whole week, and I don't think he's ever done that for anybody.
Wow.
I was on every
big.
night for the whole week, so that was really sweet.
I think somebody else did it,
one
but I
of the
think it was like
greatest.
Springsteen or somebody.
Yeah,
did
well, yeah,
the full
exactly.
week, Yeah.
It's Springsteen and me
So
once again.
There you go.
But no, I'm very. That said, like I was very grateful and in a good spot with so many people, and like like that, like our friendship was awesome,
That's
and
cool.
so just I think it just felt like it was time, and I felt like I became a staple of the show. Lorne Michaels said, you got what you wanted to do. He said, I really want you to stay, but you know what? You became a staple of the show. People will look back on you as one of the best, and you're part of that great generation. And you got a lot in you, so you could also too. Like I think creatively, I wanted to do more, not to prove more, but I just wanted to do more. Stuff, stretch my psyche and my psychology of me as a performer, whether it's going to be funny or not funny. But I had nothing to prove. I wasn't like, I got to prove this, I got to prove that. Nothing came from anger. It was all like, I want to just have a good time in other levels of life. Whether it's money, whether it's no money, whether no one's going to see it. Some people will see it. But, I'm in it for the long run.
So,
I'm in it for the long run until I die.
Talking about stretching yourself and not being about the money, welcome to Montana.
Oh, why? Yeah, there's a lot of prostitution here.
Somebody said, by the way, on our text line here, Chris, Montana loves you. And then somebody said, do you need a womb, Chris? Because if so, mine's available.
Oh, that's funny.
So wombs are being offered.
I get
up
it because
to you.
I said the womb joke.
Yes. And a lot of people are just asking you to
funny.
quote lines from movies. And I want to know,
Okay.
does that get annoying to you? Or do you take it as like a
Not
compliment?
if I get paid for it.
Exactly.
And I see the checkbook next to your hand. So
Exactly.
I'm
So, yeah,
ready
we're ready to
say,
do it.
No, not at all. I'm very appreciative. I think if I was a one-trick pony and the only thing I did was like say, "You guys want some cookies?" If I only said that, then I'd be kind of like, "All right, I'll say it again."
I love that it just gets. It's still like.
But there's a few things I get to do that people are like, "Oh, I love that." Like some people go like, "Say, you guys want some cookies?" Or some people say like. Say something from Roxbury, Amelia, or something retarded from that, or like Corky Romano. What else? I should buy a boat. Whatever. I guess that's a quote. Or what else? I don't know. Bah! That's Mr. Beepers.
They love it. They love it.
My precious. Can't.
That's good.
My precious.
You should do. Are you mad? Speaking of stretching, are you mad that you weren't cast in Lincoln? Because to me, I could see you as Lincoln.
Lincoln?
Yeah.
Can you see me as Lincoln or John Wilkes Booth?
I could see you. I was actually seeing you in the role that was played by
one of the
Sally
slaves.
Field. Yeah, I was seeing you as the wife, the kind of
One of
crazy
the what? The
wife.
slaves?
Yeah, one of the slaves.
One of them.
Just a random slave.
Yeah.
Is that Chris Kattan with all those black people?
I had blackface, completely destroyed my opportunities in Hollywood for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that would be great.
Don't shoot him! He just freed me. That's Chris Kattan ruining his career.
That's a good man right there.
That man's good.
Have you done anything serious, or are you staying?
That was it. That's rolling.
Aside from the role.
No,
in
I've done
Lincoln.
some serious things outside of the business.
Okay.
When I have sex, I'm very serious.
Business. I'm
Sometimes
sure
I
you're
giggle. When I
accountable.
come, I giggle. I go, hee, 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 whoops, messy.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Yes.
Now I'm awake.
Yes.
And then I'm sorry about your face. Then I go, but sometimes, like, oh, look, it looks like toothpaste.
so you're serious about that, but not film roles. You've never done.
No,
a serious
I have.
Film
Well,
role.
I can't tell if I have. I did actually. There's a movie coming out called Guns, Girls, and Gambling, and I'm in it. And it's kind of serious. It's like an action film, and Gary Oldman's in it. And I get every
Oh,
scene
wow.
I'm in is with Gary Oldman. Like I'm standing next to him the whole time and talking. And
He's
I'm
pretty
actually,
serious.
He's serious. But it's cool that I got to hold my own with this guy, and not be a monkey and dry hump his face. It's
Yeah.
nice. It's a different thing to do.
That's cool.
So it's nice. So that would be more serious. Some people said I did. Oh, you know what I did? There was a movie called Tanner Hall. Not too many people saw it. It was independent, but it's a movie with Rooney Mara, who's
Girl with the Dragon
girl with the dragon tattoo, and some other girls that are really cute. And Amy Sedaris plays my wife, but I play the teacher. A male teacher of an all-girls boarding school, and I fall in love with one of the students. Her name is Brie Larson, I believe. She was in Scott Pilgrim and 21 Jump Street. Played.
Oh, okay.
Really cute
I know
blonde
the
girl.
you're talking about.
Yeah, so I fall in love with her, or we fall in love, or whatever. Anyway, that's a serious role.
That sounds
and it's called
good.
Tanner Hall. Really good movie, actually. And I'm in that, and that's a serious kind of role. But I mean, it's still funny. I mean, because I play it real, so
Yeah.
I guess it's still going to be kind of funny, but not. It's like charming.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I did a House on Haunted Hill, which is, okay, but that was like, I guess that was serious. Was it? What do you think?
Yeah,
it was a horror movie.
Yeah, it's a serious.
Everyone does a
it wasn't
scary movie.
It wasn't like a funny character.
No.
So,
but it was like tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Kind of like. But I played it serious. Like I was pretty good, right?
I thought you were great.
Yeah.
I thought you were fantastic.
Thanks.
I thought you were every movie. I loved you.
I try to do things different. I try not to be the same person, and I try to stretch and do that.
That's good.
I don't know how it comes across.
Do you have any drink? Like, I mean, now
Drinking
that you've
problems?
done so much,
Yes. No.
drinking problems for one. For two, do you have any? So obviously you have a cocaine problem because you got in late and you're very active this morning. So clearly,
Very active.
Clearly,
I've been up for 17 days.
Yeah,
and I went straight from the Springsteen concert in Bellevue
to Obama to the White House
See,
here.
I just can't believe I improvised Bellevue.
That was good. That was a good pick out.
I went straight from Bellevue.
Lucas knows Bellevue, didn't you?
Who
Used to live
doesn't?
right by
It's
there.
in Washington State.
Yeah, it is in Washington State. Your knowledge of Bellevue is astounding.
I already know. I know 4 places in Washington State.
Have you performed there, or you just
Never
learned about them?
Again, just in my life outside of business, I have.
Yes, not as a comedian. Do you have any desires now? I mean, you've done quite a bit with your career. Is there anything you're like, man, I really want to do this, or I'd love to, start this, or?
Well, I'm working on my own show, like my own big TV show. So I had this idea that's working out well, and I'm writing it with a person I've always wanted to write it with, who's like the tops in my book and many people's books, and that's my I would say my second chapter of my life. I think you know what I mean, like because it's not like SNL and now what, and people do go like, what are you doing now? What are you up to now? Like, and it's like I'm doing great.
Yeah.
And you got to, I don't like doing everything because there's a lot of crappy stuff out there that it's very easy to say yes to some really bad material and get paid a crap load of money. You can make so much money doing the worst stuff, and then people they judge you by that, I think, or they like it. It's weird. But I think you got to be really smart. If you already have some money or enough, and you respect yourself and need to have some dignity for yourself, which you should if you got some good chops and stuff, is just, edit what you do and, just don't you never know, but, it's good to say yes to a lot of projects because it stretches you, but there's just a lot of crappy stuff.
Yeah, where they're like, they want your name attached to it, so they're going to pay you a bunch to
That's
get
true,
your
too.
name
You don't
on
even
it.
know, yeah. And then you're like, you're like the
You
best
read it and
thing in
it's the
some
worst
movie that
ever.
was only released in part of Quebec.
Yeah, and it's only going to come back to haunt you on Jay Leno when
Probably.
your TV show's going really well. They're going to be like, hey, remember when you did this
Who knows?
movie?
Yeah. And if my TV show doesn't work, it doesn't work, then I know. But I think it will, and I also don't limit myself. I'm also realistic. I'm not like, I'm good. I wrote 2 movies, and I'm going straight to Paramount and saying, give me $30 million now, dickheads.
So with the new TV show, are you looking for like an like a network? Are you network sitcom
like it's a
kind of
network.
thing?
It'll be a network kind of show.
Okay.
But
lots
do movie. I'm doing a movie. I'm still doing movies and stuff. And when what happens too, you see it with other performers, is when one thing clicks and it's great, then everything opens.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're capable of doing it.
That's cool.
So I'm excited doing stand-up now. I've never done it before in my life until a year ago, and I love performing for people. I mean, outside of the bedroom and when I'm not human trafficking.
Yeah.
But I like
your other gig.
My other gig.
Stand up.
Those are on Navy boats a long time ago. I look like Mowgli. They call me Mowgli.
You look, I could see you as a little man child.
Shut
Yeah.
up. They that or Han Solo, they call me something. But or Chewie.
So stand up. This is something that now that
Chewie's my porno name.
You're completely off track. So I'm just going to ask you the question now, because
go ahead, that's better.
You might be able to relate. These guys, for example, and all the comedians that Lucas brings up here and stuff, they always ask me, because a lot of them will come and watch the improv show or something. They always ask, they're like, why don't you do stand up? And you might be able to relate to me.
People did say that to me a lot. They're like, why don't you do stand up? I was like, I can't tell a joke. That's why I don't want to do it. But I limited myself to thinking I can't do it, and then I tried it. It's a totally different muscle, and then it started to develop, and then watching people in the audience get from their encouragement, I found out what works and what doesn't work, and here I am now in this booth talking about absolutely lying to you.
Exactly, lying to the people of Billings. See, my thing with it is the writing part of it. It's like I love doing other people's material. I love being a character, and I love improv because I can just do my own thing. But sitting down and trying to craft it and write it and hone, it's just like, to me, it's like, I think it's a laziness thing for me.
What?
But
that you don't want to do
stand up? Yeah, because it's like I don't want to sit and just write.
Well, do you not want to? Do you want to do stand up, but you just don't want to write it? Or
I would.
something?
That's what I've said. I'm like, I would love to perform stand up.
But you just
if somebody
don't
just
want to
handed
write
me
it.
a set, like,
but
yeah.
you can improvise though, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like writing. I mean, just write down. Obviously, when you're improvising, I'm assuming you get laughs.
No, we don't actually. We do a very serious. It's kind of like it's more of a long form, but
are you
serious?
serious?
No, yeah, it's game based.
Well, then, I mean, that's how people write. Really, I mean, that's the secret to writing. Is you write if you're already in touch with some sense of being funny at all as a performer, then the key is just like remembering what you did that worked while you're improvising. I mean, that's how it is. Like a great musician is like, oh my God, I got these lyrics in my head. I got to write down. That's what Jim Morrison says. When he's seeing the Lizard King.
I'm not good at.
Get Evernote on your phone.
But you know what I mean? Like
it.
you got to remember that stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's what they do. It's like.
Was it hard for you when you first started? I mean, when you made
stand-up?
that jump, yeah. You're like, I'm going to try stand up. Like that first time when you got on stage in front of a crowd with your own material.
It was a little bit. It was hard. I mean, but it was very easy at first because people were like, "Yay, it's Chris Kattan and Mango," and then. But then I started telling stories about the characters, and they liked it because there were real stories about it. It was effacing too. It wasn't, normal. I was showing that I wasn't proving anything, but I was human and not being over the top and something shticky and stuff. So I was learning that worked. That part of me, just being a normal person and that worked too. So, but it took a while to find out, and still I'm not done. I'm still getting better. Obviously, it's not, to me, it's okay. It's going to get better, but to other people it's awesome.
Exactly.
So it varies,
That's a good attitude. I mean, Dev, you wouldn't want to go up there saying like, this is the best ever.
It's not like there's Louis C.K. He's awesome. He's a polished. He's been doing it for 20 years. I've done it for 1 year, but you're still going to have a great time.
You should start saying you're better than Louis C.K. That should be your bit.
Oh, because I'm
coming out here like,
C.K.?
have you ever seen Louis C.K.? Like,
well, I am better.
He doesn't add
some
shows,
levels.
I don't think, man.
That's the guy right
Just
below
looks
me.
better.
Yeah. He has a show now too, though. So now you
he has a great show.
You got to get your show first, and then you can start.
Right, then I can say that.
Yeah, you got to get that.
There's the other CK.
I bet you've done more.
He used
movies.
to write for Conan O'Brien. He was on the second. Everyone was like.
Everybody writes now. Yeah, it's like this.
Well,
weird
everyone
connection.
went through SNL at one point or another. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. I think it is too. I mean, to me as a comedian, I barely a comedian, but a guy here in Billings, even like that's still my dream. I mean, from childhood, it's like SNL. It's just like that's the pinnacle of comedy. It's like even if it was just writing.
But when you watch the show and it's not very good, do you think it still is the pinnacle of comedy? Do you still like?
Yes,
wow,
I think it's just because I think it's not necessarily like about one bad episode or about a few bad seasons or a few weak links. Like to me, it's an institution, and so it's just like being a part of that institution. And saying, yes, I'm one of the chosen, however many cast members there have been, and they're all great. You look back and like a few of them have I mean, Victoria Jackson's just crazy now, and like people are like, who's that? She was on, and then.
But you don't want to be on that show. Well, hopefully you don't want to go on the show and then have such a hard time getting your stuff on, and then you leave and then you're mad at yourself for the rest of your life.
Isn't the audition process pretty tedious, right? A lot of stuff you got to do.
It's like. Well, it's like every hard audition, I think, but more so because it's Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And you have to do 3 characters and I think 2 impressions. What it was.
And it's just in front of like Lorne and a few other people.
Well,
right?
you can't see them.
Yeah.
It's on the home base where people say where the guest host is when you watch the live show. Like, hey, here I am hosting Saturday Night Live, and then you're there on that stage. There's 3 cameras and there's no audience.
Oh, okay.
No, it's because it's an audition, and there's no one talking. There's no one talking to you. You're almost like just telling you what you're doing next. Like, okay, here's my other impression or whatever, and there's you don't get any feedback. You don't hear any laughter. If you do something that you're used to doing that gets a laugh, it's not going to be there this time. Mm-hmm. So, but I think that's because you're being via satellite, NBC in Burbank. I think that's why when you're in New York. Possibly that's the reason. But it's kind of nerve-wracking because you don't know whether you did good or not.
Yeah, if they loved it or hated it.
You have no idea. But you can get kind of a vibe. But most people think, oh, my God, I died. Or you'll never know, really, how you really did. I mean, I still don't really know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think you did all right.
But then you have people, too, come down from downstairs on the 17th floor at SNL, and they come down to Studio 8H and go like, hey, let's go see some auditions. And they'll watch you, too. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like... it could be very nerve-wracking for those people that are just starting anew.
I can imagine.
And then they could say, like, yeah, I remember when Jim Carrey tried to get on the show and he didn't make it, which is true. I wasn't there, but, it's just such an institution that everything seems to be a story. Like, there's any involvement with that show can always be a story, and you're going to see it show up in a book sometimes.
Totally.
Like,
I mean, like Gilbert Godfrey, a lot of people don't even remember he was on SNL, but he went on and didn't write anything and then was kind of a jerk and nobody wrote for him, so he ended up not doing anything. Yeah.
Wow.
And then he left, like you said, like not
you got to be a good person.
Yeah, he didn't
it helps you.
And then he didn't, he also didn't like what other people were writing for him, so he ended up just being like the guy in a coffin or the guy in the back.
I think there's a phase when comedians, too, were mean, and I think that kind of died off quickly. But there was a time when comedians were mean, and that was funny, and it wasn't funny. It was kind of demeaning too to women too. It was not very. I don't know. It was almost like on the kind of a sexual harassment / rape jokes, and I don't think it was very funny at all ever, and women didn't think it was funny, which is why the whole. Part of the uprising of women, they owe it all to Tina Fey. But it wasn't just Tina. It was like, Molly Shannon, I think, before Tina, because she was like awesome. And Cheri Oteri, people don't give her enough credit.
Yeah. But, she was Cheri Oteri was on The New Normal this past week. She was on the episode. Yeah. Fun. I mean, just a quick little cameo.
She's great.
She did a great job.
But it's all the women and they're performing. Anna and, and the Maya,
I got Anna's cell phone number.
You do?
Call her? Yeah. I illegally got it from her once. Not illegally, but she was calling for Barack Obama, one of your other friends. She was stumping for him. And so I have this cool plan that I'll do sometimes.
She was stooping him.
She was stooping with Obama, yeah. She was trying to get people to vote for him, so I busied this phone line and then used my cell phone as the backup.
Really?
So then when she couldn't get through, she had to call my cell phone, and I'm like, I'll call you right back. So then I have her number just in case I ever need to call her. I'm sneaky like that.
That's funny.
Yeah. We got Ted Danson's that same way, and every year on his birthday,
really?
I called him and wake him up, and he goes, hello? And I go, is this Ted Danson? He's like, yeah, who's this? And I just go, happy birthday! We play sounds and then hang up on him without giving him a chance to say anything. Just the most random, friendly prank ever to Ted Danson yearly. You should do it, too. Do you hang out with celebrities, or are you like a total normal guy in LA? Like
I'm a normal guy, but some of my friends have become celebrities, and they're still friends. Like Jimmy's one of my best friends, but he's in New York hosting a big show. But so I don't see him as often. But when I come to New York, I'll see him and as a friend, and he'll do other things, like he'll go to the Yankee game now, or he'll go to bigger dinners instead of what we used to do, just hang out on the street or something.
Mm-hmm. But still friends.
Pan for money. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Most everyone I was friends with are still friends. I don't think, like, Maya Rudolph is one of my best friends. If you saw this show I did called Bollywood Hero on IFC that I wrote and produced, and we shot in India, too. And I asked, it was kind of like it was about me breaking into the movies in Bollywood, because I always want to be an action hero. It's really good, actually, if you should rent it. Bollywood Hero, it's called. And it was on IFC. It was a miniseries, and like I asked for cameos to be like Keanu Reeves to do it, and he did it. Like, it's really cool when people want to just do things, and they're not going to get paid.
Yeah,
and it just takes up a day of their, a whole day. But they do it if it's fun. People really want to do things if it's fun and easy. And Maya played my best friend in it, and Sam Berg was in it, who's also a great friend, and who else? Jennifer Coolidge and some other people. Anyway,
was Jennifer ever on SNL?
She auditioned though when I auditioned too.
Yeah, it was so weird. Yeah. I mean, she's one of those ones that like totally could have seen on SNL.
They're totally rooting for her, and you never know. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
She's doing stand up now, right?
Apparently, yeah. I think she's also on Two Broke Girls or something.
She's on a lot of shows. She's
awesome.
Everywhere.
We used to write a lot of the Groundlings together.
That's all. I forget you're a Groundling. I love the Groundlings.
I used to go out with her years ago.
Like date her?
Yeah. And
that's awesome.
Zooey Deschanel
before she was Stifler's mom? I heard about this Zooey Deschanel. That's a mistake that you let that go.
I'm glad that you heard about that. Because that's
you
a good
made
one.
It up? Yeah.
No, it's true. We went out for like 5 months. But she probably wouldn't like... She'd go, yeah, I guess so.
She just starts singing too.
She's very much kind of. I don't watch the show that often, but she is kind of like into that. She has bizarre but awesome taste.
To me, she's perfect. Like she's.
Well, that's
so
what I felt when we were going out. I kept
weird.
going like, God, this girl's so talented. I just want to marry her, but not yet because she's young. And
yeah.
But oh man, I'm afraid she's gonna leave me. I know she's gonna. But she was so awesome.
And
like, and she did. But
why is that so
she
funny
was
to
young. She did her first boy. If she's by chance listening to this, which I doubt she is.
No, she listens often.
No, she doesn't.
Zoe, text in if you're listening
Quiet.
right now. Yeah, no, she's
But
not.
but her publicist might tell her. But if so, I'm only saying good things about you, Zoe. But she was singing. You know, this is when she was really young. She took her first boy trip with me. In other words, the first time I went. First time she went out of town with a boy.
Oh wow!
Or spent the night with a boy.
That's
so
awesome.
it's like the mom and her dad. Her parents are awesome. Mary Jo and Caleb. Caleb Deschanel is the great DP of films. He did Being There and The Right Stuff and The Patriot and Last Resurrection of Christ, something of Christ, Temptation of Christ.
Something about Jesus.
And Mary Jo was an actress too. They actually met on The Right Stuff. Her husband and Caleb. They met. She played the deaf girl in the movie The Right Stuff.
And he was the DP.
And he was the DP.
Hooked
up.
up.
I don't know if people know that.
That's cool.
So that's how they hooked up. And then they made Zoe and they made Emily, the other girl, the sister who's on Bones.
Did you have to show?
They both have really deep voices.
Did you have to show up to the house and like do the whole meet the parents thing?
It was a
and act?
little bit of that. I mean, I already. She introduced me just because they're parents, and when I picked her up and dropped her off, she was living with her parents at the time, and she did The Good Girl. She did Almost Famous. And some films, but she was, super up and coming and all that stuff. But they was a little bit. I went to dinner with her and her mom just wanted to feel it out. I think, she's very protective, but in a good way. She knew her daughter she loved her daughter, so
she knew she was amazing. So now that you're
she
not,
just wanted, it's a boy, whatever.
Yeah, it's a boy.
Just
I love
make
you call
sure I
yourself a
wasn't
boy.
I know it's nice.
I'm a little boy, but you.
We went to Big Sur. We drove up to Big Sur.
Oh, very nice.
Stayed in like a tree house.
Real? Like what?
Yeah, they're called tree house. A tree cabin.
You know she's gonna love that. I'm sure.
Exactly. I was trying to get whatever. Yeah. Well, she made
as long as there's a ukulele there and she's inside.
She didn't have a ukulele, but yeah,
she's gonna love it.
We had a blast. She was awesome.
So now that you've been there, done that, now as that's a notch in your belt. I'm sure you wouldn't.
That was a
notch,
I think. Yeah.
But now that you put that notch in your belt, now are you wanting her to date like super famous guys so you can laugh and go? Like it's hilarious. Steve-O was in here, back when Lucas brought him to town, and he wouldn't talk about dating Elizabetta, George Clooney's ex, but now he does.
Right, I heard about that.
Yeah,
but he does now.
Yeah, now he admits
Maybe because he knows it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is.
Because I don't know if it's okay or not. Well, maybe it is.
You just go for it.
As long as I say something, I'm going to tell the truth and be nice about it.
Yeah, it's not like you're saying.
And I'm not going to be braggy and gross like,
she
let me tell you about her body or, It's like I
that's
respect
for
her.
off the air.
Well, that would be told.
Yeah, but
a lot of womb stories.
Do you want her now?
Like in my head, as I'm talking about it, I'm thinking about the sex we had.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to tell you.
On the air, you're just going to say treehouse. So yeah, I get it.
Treehouse. Euphemism for.
Would it be cool for you to see her date like a Brad Pitt and to be able to be like, boom, yeah, man, I and Brad Pitt, we share.
Well, she's already boom. It's like because she's such a cool girl.
She married freaking Ben Gibbard.
Oh
yeah, I met them both. A while ago, and there was like, for what it means,
that's not gonna last.
I have respect for that. Well, they already divorced.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not. They're both too weird.
I feel bad though because I was sensing like when they broke up, I said, I wonder if he shares the same feelings as I did when we broke up, even though they are on a totally different level of being intimate. We did not have that level. But
you were in a tree
but
house. That's pretty high level.
It's pretty high level.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Wood. We had wood. That was wood. But dude, we added a third show, by the way.
11 p.m. Saturday, guys.
Hey, Chris Kattan.
Oh wait. Oh yeah.
Somebody wants to know. I love that. Like so Steve-O. I don't know why I keep going back to Steve-O. Steve-O was on my computer on his Twitter trying to get girls to hook up with him while he was here. No luck. Like nobody on the. They weren't.
He's like
the
king of jackass.
I know, and everybody on this text line, all the ladies are just talking about like how much they want you and stuff. And then, but somebody wants to know.
No way. They do.
They said, "Is Chris married?
Why?
Or any kids?"
No marriage, no kids.
That you claim.
Because I'm waiting. No, I really don't. I always use the condom. Or I came on the face.
With a cunt. Oh, there's a real. She was dating the Hobbit dude earlier this year. Zoe
was Elijah?
The
what?
guy who plays Bilbo in the new Hobbit movie. So Zoe was dating earlier this year, I guess.
Oh, the
Really?
dude with the nose and stuff.
Yeah,
Really?
Hobbit.
She likes smart dudes.
and hobbits. Smart.
Well,
dudes,
I'm short too.
Smart dudes and hobbits. But no marriage, no kid. Do you want to get married someday?
I was married briefly, and
I remember that.
I found out I was married for her, not for myself.
Oh, I thought you were going to say for her money.
Yeah, for her to have my money.
She wanted it, so yeah.
Her to tell. I married her to tell me where my account was.
Yeah, exactly.
She's the only person I went out with that for some reason had my business manager's number, which was very weird.
That was an odd one. Does that suck in Hollywood? Like, I mean, because it makes the tabloids and the news.
It does.
Does it hurt you, or are you just like whatever? Like,
it does, but it doesn't have that. You just got to open your eyes when you're. It takes you a while. Unfortunately, like I guess the rest of life, you have to open your eyes, and you have to. The best way to learn, unfortunately, is to learn by getting hurt or having the experience yourself, and that's the only way you're gonna know. Really, like, I wonder what that's like to really be taken advantage of. And you're like, okay, that's what it's like.
Yeah, that's not as fun as I thought it was
like,
gonna be.
I wonder what it's like to be cheated on. Oh, I wonder why that hurts. Like, oh god, this is awful.
Yeah.
It really hurts.
It does hurt.
Then really
you gotta
pretty much
live
but,
through that. Any girlfriend right now? Or are you totally?
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing somebody.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Does she do anything in the entertainment business?
No,
totally
she's
normal
not.
Girl. She works.
But I still.
Whole
My
Foods?
problem in life is I don't know if it's a problem, but I just whatever. I like women.
That's not a problem.
And I do like women.
Why do people? Here's the weird thing to me. You might be able to explain it because I don't see it.
Women are just like they drive your life. Like for me, they just like they're part of life that just makes you wake
We need
up.
them.
Like I literally like it's part of waking up. Like man, women are out there and they're
Exactly.
beautiful and
I don't. Yeah, if I had to hang out with like Lucas and
their
Wayne all
energy.
day, and I wouldn't do that. I mean,
I would. I might put makeup on them and then start hitting them or
Exactly.
something.
You try to make them like a woman. Is it why as you like you and I both guys that like women and stuff? I've met you this morning and you seem like just a dude that likes ladies. Why is there? Because we noticed when we were doing research, there's a lot of gay rumors about you on the internet. Like, why do people
Is there
assume
still?
you're gay? Yeah.
Because I did
Like-
Mango.
Oh, you think it's like the characters? were
Yeah, and
kinda
I did
gayish?
effeminate characters on SNL, like drag. Like when Britney Spears came out, I did Britney Spears and drag.
To me, it's like so.
But-
it's like it's so
Well,
obvious
it helped
that that's great.
It helped me get
comedy.
laid. I mean, honestly, it's like you're not a threat, and then I am.
So there's no
It's
like
kinda like-
story. It's just people.
No,
just
no,
seeing
I'm
you
very
as a character.
homophobic. I think when I went to dinner at SNL with Lauren and the cast guest host dinner or whatever, and Kevin Spacey was at the table, and I went, "You have some wine on your lip," and he gave me like this kind of
flirtish
like
little
a
thing.
let's go hither look, and wiped the wine from his lip, and then wiped it on my thigh.
Oh, you almost quit.
And I gave a look at him, and just inaudibly, you could barely hear me go, No.
I have a story
I don't do that.
I'm so oblivious to gay.
But he was
news.
awesome host, by the way.
Yeah, that's good host.
But those are the experiences when you find out, oh yeah, I think I'm not gay.
See, I was in, I tell
'Cause
the
you never
story
know.
on the air. I was in Memphis visiting the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. I support St. Jude. And there was another guy from Florida, another DJ, and I thought he was just friendly with me, like, oh, we're talking business. And then one night, he was like, let's go out, to Beale Street and get some drinks. I'm like, all right. And he's like, hey, I got to run up to my room real quick. And it wasn't until we got into his hotel room that it clicked for me that I was like, oh, he's gay,
yeah.
and I'm in his hotel room now. Like, then it was
How'd
just
you know?
abort
Did he
mission.
say something?
It was just like, I think I should have known a long time before, but it was one of those things
You
where
know
it
what?
just didn't cross my mind.
There's a lot of people too that I never even knew were gay, and then they like kind of do a
Who's
thing
the
like.
comedian that just came out recently? The squarehead,
Todd
Todd
Glass.
Glass. Yeah, the squarehead.
But you
yeah.
just don't know until they do
Exactly.
something, and then they don't, and they're back to being straight.
George Takei, you all know him. He's an Asian.
Oh, he's
an
super
Asian
gay now,
space
though.
pirate. Yeah, now he's exactly.
But
he's
I'm
the
like,
gayest
some
of
guy,
gays.
like, I was in a car with a dude. He's like, why don't you just lower the seat back? And I was like, why? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you
no.
realize, like, oh my
And
gosh.
then I can't. And then the sad thing is, they don't want to talk to you again sometimes because they feel like I hurt them or I just kind of whatever.
It's better when you
I deny them.
know
Yeah,
ahead of
when I
time and you can just like
go down on you,
Yeah.
and I'm like, hey, no.
You got to go into the relationship knowing gay or not. Gay or not.
Yeah,
can't
but
say
anyway,
I'm gay,
the answer to
me.
that, I'm not gay, but
Good.
I'm fine with people thinking
You
I
love
am.
that I
It's
say
like,
good.
who cares?
Good. He's not gay. All right. right.
Because you know what? It's not an insult to be told you're gay. It's like, that's the weird thing. Like, you're gay. Like, I am not gay.
People tell me
Do
that.
not call me that.
They
like,
think I'm gay, and I'm like, that's fine. Like, I have a girlfriend.
That's your
if you
opinion.
Call me
Great.
gay,
like
it's not hurting me.
More power to me.
I've got all 6 of the gay people in Billings listening. Yeah,
why do people think you're gay? Or they just say it?
Because I like musical theater and
stuff.
Oh,
you are gay.
I know. That's what I say. I
like Star Wars. Gay.
And I collect shoes too. Like,
that is so queer.
I'm very queer. I am. I'm the gay straight guy.
I like Judy Garland. You are gay.
I like kissing guys.
I love a guy now and then.
I like dudes' penises.
Yeah, that's
you
not
are
gay.
Straight.
That's a doctor.
That's a doctor.
Exactly.
That's a gyno with a penis.
Oh, we're way behind. But you need to see. People are loving it. They're like, I mean, people say, can't stop laughing.
They could have literally at the beginning of this interview either gone to see Lincoln. And
Third show.
That's what they're saying. I mean, they're like, my coworkers must think I'm crazy because I keep spitting out my coffee. If you think Chris is funny here, you've got to see him
me in the bedroom at the Hilton.
Exactly. Go see the show because
it is going to be a great show. I'm in a good mood,
tonight,
so go see it.
2 shows tomorrow night, and then tomorrow night a third show.
A third show?
11 o'clock.
What the hell?
Improv only. Well, are you going to play? Like, do you do game based?
I will play I will play my fiddle.
Are you a highfalutin like improver since you came from the Groundlings where you only do like the Herald and long form stuff?
No, I'm pretty good.
Game based, just dumb, funny.
I'm not like I'm not very good at juggling the thoughts that I'm supposed to
not say.
No, well, I'm like if there's like I'm not the best at wrapping up the story.
Oh,
like I'll give out the information, who, where, when, and get all that out and labeling and give and take and eye contact and all that crap. But I naturally may say stuff that has absolutely nothing to do.
That's awesome
with the thing, and then it gets laughs. But then I have to find myself justifying why I said that.
We just get comedy troops sometimes that come to Billings, like improv troops that are visiting a friend's ranch up, some Richie Riches from New York and stuff, and Groundlings and Second City, all these people, and they come and they do their improv shows, and they're not funny because they're trying to do that real like highbrow, like we're here to create a scene. It's not, the comedy will come naturally. It's like, and then we get up there and do just like funny, like,
like with everything, you
jokes.
shouldn't try too hard with anything.
Yeah, we don't try.
Whether
we're just
it's
that
sex
good.
Or writing a song. Or
I try really hard. I'm gay though, by the way.
Well, yeah, you are obviously gay.
When you see me at the show, feel free to just point out.
Well, you're wearing a
gay
shirt
guy.
that says "I'm Take Me Home, Kansas." I'm your bitch.
I forgot I had that on today. Dang it!
And in the back it says "Toto did it." Why don't you, bitch?
Exactly. Oh my gosh, this guy is funny. Go see him.
Capital G gay.
MontanaComedy.com. 3
They
shows
call me Hannah.
Saturday night.
I'm in Montana.
Coming up, I'm going to be giving away some free tickets.
Does improvise.
But first, for Mowgli, the man-child, Mr. Chris Kattan, I'm going to play "Don't You Worry, Child." It just seems fitting it for you, but
that's my slave song.
Don't you worry, child. Thank you, Chris, so much for coming up.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for the time. We'll see you tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night.
You're going to be there too.
Yeah.
Well, this is a big show. Everybody should go.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not there, then you're an absolute idiot.
I agree.
Well,
why would you
unless
miss this?
Unless you're crippled.
Some people said he could be really cool or he could really suck, and I'm like, you know what?
It's not
He's going to be really
thing.
cool.
That's like when you too, sir. You could be an idiot or you could be smart. We'll see.
Best example, like here's a guy.
It's really out there. The word's out there. You might be bad or good.
You might know him and might know.
I heard you might be ugly, or maybe you're good looking. I don't know. The word's out. We'll see.
You're hilarious, and other people that you think would be funny. Rob Schneider,
bored. Oh, yeah.
Biggest dick I've ever interviewed.
Really?
Get him on the line. I've asked him to do a drop. I've got
That's
drops from everybody.
bad.
It's like everybody does drops. Rob Schneider, I'm like, hey man, before we'll go live in 30 seconds. Can I get you to do a drop ahead of time? He's like, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it's a Big J show if you want. And then
That's
just
what
goes,
I'm talking about. I think he's okay. Whatever. My experience with him is fine. He's a good guy, I guess.
Here's his drop. Just listen to what he did when I asked for him to say, hey, it's Rob Schneider and you're listening to the Big J show.
Okay.
Hi, this is Adam Sandler. You're listening to the Big J Show.
That's really funny.
That's what the whole interview was just like, yeah. I'm like, so your film, it looks funny.
Well, he's got a lot of things to do right now. He can't talk.
Exactly.
When you're really busy, you become very serious, and it's not time to have fun.
That's true. But that's so people wonder. People wonder that, like,
you know what? You're not deserving of my having fun.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I will say it.
Somebody said he has got comedy
But the weird thing is, the problem is now he's recorded as a guy that doesn't sound like a nice guy.
Yeah.
When he could have had a good time and he'll sound like a nice guy.
And people
now
like,
there's
awesome.
proof of him. Oh, I'll just record something like this because I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
I'd love to have proof of that.
And in a 10-minute long interview promoting his own project where the whole time he's like, is it funny? Yeah. All right.
Maybe
well,
he's
so
tired. Maybe he has need vitamin B or something.
We had who died? The comedian that died, Greg Giraldo.
Lincoln. Oh.
Giraldo fell asleep. We had him and Paul
Giraldo?
Tompkins together. Giraldo, the dead
Giraldo.
one, not the mustached one. But they were
He
both
just got
on.
Capone's vault.
I know. He's in everybody's
He went
vault.
back in there again.
Yeah, we had those.
He's
two
in everybody's
on.
womb also.
Greg Giraldo snored for 10 minutes straight and then finally woke up at the end of the interview. And I thought, and Comedy Central called me to apologize. I'm like, that's the funniest interview I've ever done. That was hilarious. I'm like, don't apologize. All right.
I think Rob Schneider's, he's been nice to me and all that stuff, but I think he might be part of that time when comedy was kind of mean.
Yeah, where it was
like that,
cutthroat.
it's that
Early
Dennis
90s?
Miller thing. Like, yeah, I like you when I'm a dick. You know,
Yeah.
like, what I mean, like. If he's a dick to you, that means he likes you. Like, why is that a rule of thumb?
Where now it's not. Like Jimmy Fallon, you can tell is just nice and loves
because he
people.
loves
He's
what
a
he's
nice
doing.
guy.
Also,
Yeah. Happy.
It's also, don't do it if you're gonna just go home, stay home if you're not in a good mood.
You've made Deuce
I don't
Bigelow
need
was
to-
fine. Take your Deuce Bigelow money and
He's
sit
gonna
at
have a
home.
good time.
Yeah.
And plus, he's married to one of the most beautiful women ever.
Really?
Rob Schneider. Like, he should be, dancing on the
He's half Asian.
dancing on the ceiling.
Really?
Yeah, he's half
Well, maybe
Filipino.
that's why he's upset.
Yeah, there's more reasons to hate him.
We all know.
Oh, right.
But his wife is like she's Latin and God.
Oh, I do remember hearing that. Yeah, he married some, like,
you want to just
Brazilian
travel
model
around
chick.
her,
Yeah.
her tongue traveling.
You want to take her to a treehouse.
Take her to the treehouse and tongue travel.
Zoe Deschanel style. Please go see this man. When we bring somebody like this to Billings, support it. Go check him out. Every show should sell it. There's demand, right?
What? Yeah.
Yes, I have demand on. You mind
On demand.
my cable?
Yes. On demand. Go see Chris Kattan tonight, tomorrow night.
One thing that I want to say.
Wait,
is-
let's
who
bring
is
Wayne in here.
this idiot?
Yeah, who is this guy?
One thing, my
seriously.
car is parked outside.
One thing is we brought this person for you guys to see here. We didn't. It's not running a route or anything like that.
I'm
And he's
running
super
around.
excited. A
What?
route.
Let's just go. I'll meet you at
Yeah.
Best Buy, you idiot.
So yeah, we'll go to Best Buy.
No, go on. Keep talking.
Seriously.
I love when
Best
Wayne
Buy.
gets owned by
I know. I
somebody
always get
else.
owned. Why do I
15
always
people just left the room.
I know.
Always
They
gets
always
on the
do.
air and everybody.
Just
always
don't, right,
so
don't come.
tiring
Don't
right
go to
now.
the show.
Yeah, Wayne. Now Wayne doesn't even want you to
I
go.
don't
Go ahead,
want
Wayne.
you
Go
there.
ahead, Wayne.
If you
We're canceling that.
if
that
you
extra
hate
show.
Wayne, come to the show tonight.
What
tomorrow night.
Wayne is
Wayne's
trying
not
to
gay.
say is that Chris Kattan is not on some tour and just coming through Billings.
That's right.
He came to Billings to perform
to
for
start
Billings.
my tour.
Start the tour. Yeah, he heads
His
from,
career's on fire.
He heads from here to
I'm gonna
Casper,
be in
Wyoming.
Best Buy in an hour if you guys want to meet me there.
There you go.
There, look how
Best
beautiful
Buy.
she is.
She's hot. Yeah. People are gonna send you now. Wayne always gets
You
owned.
should
Somebody
smile.
said.
But you know what? Maybe that's the relationship. She's not smiling.
Yeah, she might just
He
be.
is.
He's got
Maybe
money.
that's the problem.
He's got money. You better give him some advice.
He doesn't have that much.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
dude, there's a turkey.
We gotta get.
Look at. There's a turkey.
The turkey's
Holy-
already coming.
Oh,
Oh!
there's a turkey.
It's a real turkey!
What is that?
It's from the zoo. We've got.
Why is there a
Is he okay?
Chris is
What?
out his
Get that out of here! We get it. I'm scared. I am so scared. Right? What is that thing? It looks angry. The feathers are.
Chris is trying to take a picture of it with his cell phone. He's freaking out.
It looks. Look. It's looking at
it
you. It's
looks
upset.
pissed.
When its feathers
It
are like
looks
that, it's
mad.
attack people. And attack. I'm scared.
It's
Whoa,
mad.
oh my God! What is it doing?
It's talking.
Now you can't leave. Look, he's blocking your exit
my
now. That's
goodness.
our plan. He's got
That thing looks so mean.
Chris's BlackBerry won't
my
work. Oh my
God.
gosh, we
That
gotta
turkey's
take a
face
break.
looks like
We'll be
Pinhead.
back with the
Oh, he's
turkey.
mad.
But you guys, check out Chris
he's
Kattan,
pissed off.
MontanaComedy.com. We'll be back after this on Hot.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.